welcome back to My Practically Imperfect Life. Today I want to talk about college credits. I think we all know that college is only going to continue to get more expensive, and any way that we can find to help our students earn college credits while they're still in high school will put them ahead when they're entering college, help them get done more quickly if that is their goal, and it will save all of us money, which is not a bad thing at all. Now, I grew up in the age of, AP tests. I took a bunch of AP courses in high school, took the AP exams, got credit that way. And we hear a lot about students, whether they're in public school, private school, or homeschool, doing dual enrollment. So they're either going to colleges and taking courses there, or they're taking an online course, and they are following along with anybody else taking that course, right? They are doing the curriculum that the professor has decided to use. They have to attend all of the classes, take all of the tests, yada, 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 right? But that is done at a lower cost. But there is another option that I really like, and that is the CLEP exam, which stands for the College Level Examination Program, which is managed by College Board. Now, as a homeschooling mom, one of the reasons I really like this is that I still get to choose the curriculum that I'm using with my students as they prepare for the CLEP exam. Yes, there are things that I need to make sure that they know, but as far as how that is taught to them, at what schedule we use to review that material and which curriculum we choose to use, I still get to maintain control of those decisions. Now, the way that the CLEP exams work is that you register your student for one of 34 different exams that are offered. They go to a testing center and take that test, and then depending on the university or the college that they are interested in sending that information to, different amounts of college credits will be awarded. So let's just do a breakdown on some information about the exam. So first of all, let's talk about where you would go to take a CLEP exam. Well, there are over 2,000 testing centers all around the world, and it's really easy to find out which ones are closest to you. You simply go to the clep.collegeboard.org website, and they have a simple search tool. You can search by zip code or by city or by state. Put in the number of miles you're interested in looking as far as maximum distance, and then it'll pull up a list of the different locations that you can go for testing. Now, next to the name of those different places, there'll be information as far as whether that is limited testing, which means that only students who are enrolled at that institution can test there, public, which means it's open to anyone, or you might see ones that say on base or Dante's funded, and those are related to those who are serving in the military. So you can see here, I just did a quick search around Fort Wayne, which is where we live, found that there are several locations close by where we can test. Now, if you go to those individual institution sites, they will tell you more as far as when they offer tests. Tests are offered year-round. I love that they're offered year-round, but each testing site might have specific days of the week or times of day that they offer testing. In addition to the exam fee, which we'll talk about in a little bit, those locations may also have a small administrative fee for them actually doing the test for you. And I found that in a lot of cases, it's $25 to $30 at most, but it will vary by location. Now, there is a remote testing option. So if you don't have a testing center near you, or you would prefer to have your student take the exam from home, there is a proctored remote testing option. Now, there are quite a bit of technology requirements as far as what type of computer you have to have and what type of internet requirements and things like that. For example, you can't use Macs, you have to use PCs, you can't have wireless mouse and keyboard, it all has to be wired in. And all of that information can be found on the CLEP website, telling you exactly what it is you would need to have for your student to do remote testing. And if you have a student that has any, needs any accommodations due to disability, there's information on there on how you can request that those accommodations be met so your student can continue to take these tests. Now, I mentioned that the tests are offered year-round, and I really do like that because I feel like it's nice for a student to be able to take their CLEP exam when they feel prepared for it. If you're working on studying for a course and you get done mid-year, maybe in December, and you want to take the test, you can do that. If you're a year-round homeschooler and you get done in July and you want to take the test, you can do that. If you finish your school year but you want to take a few extra weeks to review before your test, you can do that. I love the flexibility of being able to take these CLEP exams when you feel ready to take them. And you can take them, through any time in high school, and I believe down to almost age 13. So even if you have like middle school students who are prepared for an exam, they could test and earn college credits that early. How are the tests set up? So most of the tests are multiple choice tests. You simply take it on the computer, put in your answer, and then it will give you a score. As I mentioned, there are 2 courses currently that do have a written component. There's a college composition part, course, and then there is Spanish with writing. Now in both of those, you have multiple choice questions for part of the exam, and then you have a written part. The computer will grade the multiple choice, and at least 2 college professors will grade the written part. So it takes you a little bit longer to get your scores for those, but for the rest of the exams, you'll get your scores almost immediately. Now, when you answer a question, you earn a point for every correct answer you give. There are no points deducted if you skip a question or get it wrong. So it's to your students' benefit to try to answer as many questions as they can. Initially, you'll have a raw score, simply a point for every one you get right, and then it is put onto a scaled score that runs anywhere from 20 to 80 points. Most colleges require you to get at least a score of 50 on the exam for them to give you college credit. And as far as how long the tests take, on average, they can run anywhere from 90 minutes to 120 minutes, so hour and a half to 2 hours long. So what kind of credits can you earn with a CLEP exam? Well, that will vary based on the college or the university. There are over 2,900 colleges that accept CLEP exam scores for college credit. And again, if you go right onto the clep.collegeboard.org website, you can look at various colleges and see what it is they will give you as far as credit for different exams and what the minimum score is. So for example, here, I'm just going to pull up Purdue University because my daughter loves Purdue University. And you can see here for the different courses, most of them, she can earn up to 3 college credits for those courses. Has to hit that score of 50. There's a couple higher level courses where she could potentially earn more credits. So I love that. One test, you can simply take that and earn up to 3 college credits. It's a course she doesn't then have to take in college, saves us a ton of money, and just gets her moving along towards her college degree. Currently, there are 34 different CLEP exams offered. You have foreign language courses in Spanish, French, German. There are business courses in things like marketing and accounting. There are science courses, biology and chemistry, natural sciences. There's Intro to Psych, American Government, American History. There's English literature or more British literature, American literature, English and composition. There are just so many different types of topics that your student can cover. Now, if you're wondering what is it that my student would need to know for a particular exam, again, you can find all of this information on the CLEP website. So here, let's just go ahead and click into one course. If I went into American literature, for example, it will give me an overview of what that exam is going to cover and what kinds of skills and knowledge my student's going to need to have to be prepared for that. Now, I might just look at that information and say, okay, I can pull stuff from there and know what to do, but they give me a ton of more resources to help guide me as far as what it is I need to make sure that my student is studying and preparing for prior to the exam. Now, some of the options that they have here are things that you can pay for. For example, they have exam guides that are run about $10. It's a PDF download. It'll give more detailed information on what type of topics we need to study for the exam, along with practice questions. So that might be a great option to just do like a practice test and just make sure that you're ready for it. But they also have links to lots of free resources. There are study guides. There are other practice exams. There is a free app called Exam Lab. There is a free version of that app, and then there are some paid features. So if you want to get in and do more studying, do practice questions, practice exams, and things like that. There are links to websites that will give information as far as how to set up your study plan and different examples of topics that might be covered. I mean, just lots of different resources here, and they're mostly free. There are a few options that you can pay for, but I love that they also include links to plenty of things that won't cost any additional money. The exams themselves cost $93 currently, so as of 2023. So that is for the exam itself. If you choose to purchase the exam study guide through College Board, again, those run about $10. And then there's the administrative fee for your testing site. So I looked at, for example, Indiana Wesleyan University isn't too far from us. They charge $30 for their administrative fee. So with the cost of the test and that, we're talking $123 for one of the exams, which isn't that bad, in my opinion, for earning a couple of college credits. So I do recommend that you check out the clep.collegeboard.org website to see if CLEP exams might be an option for your student. We have really liked them because it gives my kids an option to earn college credit, again, kind of at our own pace. When they are ready for the exam, I can schedule it and they can take it. I didn't really feel comfortable when they were, in the early high school years, sending them to a college to do dual enrollment. I didn't want them to be around people who are that much older than them. There's a lot of adults in those classes. And again, in many of the schools, like I have no control over what it is they're being taught, what curriculum's being used, what reading materials and things like that. And I liked the idea of still being able to use the curriculum that I was choosing, but still helping them prepare for those exams and giving them that opportunity for college credit. It also actually was really nice for my daughter because she does get kind of a little bit anxious when she's in big crowds of people that she doesn't know. So the idea of going into a college class was just something that wasn't really appealing to her. Yes, we've been looking at dual enrollment online, but the CLEP exams are still even cheaper for us than dual enrollment. And so again, it's a great way for her to earn that college credit, save us some money, and she can do it at her own pace whenever she feels ready for it. And then my son will be doing the same thing as well. As always, thanks so much for joining me for today's video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you go and consider subscribing so you can get notified when I post new homeschooling, mom life, and home and garden content. Have a wonderful upcoming 4th of July holiday, everybody. Happy homeschooling.